Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cap and welcome back to the channel. We're 7 days to die. We're going to work on a new base. We're going to make this a maze and we are going to electrify the crap out of it and then run a gambit of zombies through there and see how well it works out in terms of a horde base, just to see how it works out. No other traps, no other really anything going on besides just straight up making a maze, or technically a labyrinth, because there is a difference between the two of them. And then we're going to electrify it with some electric posts. We're going to run the zombies around in circles and see how well it works. So first things first is we got to lay out the exact direction we want all of these idiots to go. I would recommend starting from where you're going to have the center of the maze going, if you're building this along with me, and then just kind of spiral it out, or however you're going to do it around there, just because it helps out with trying to measure things. So let's get the rest of this built here. All right, that's the basic layout of here. So we're going to be having our spot right here at the very center of this little labyrinth. They're going to go around in circles right up over here, around and all the way around that way, and they're going to be forced to come in that direction. Right at the moment, I only have the walls too high, which for a normal base, this would work out just fine. But what I can recommend is wherever you're going to put your electric post down here, make sure you have one higher. And the main reason why is because the zombie idiots will stand on top of the post, jump on top of the maze, and run back over to you. And just completely ignore the spots where I accidentally dug out a little bit too deep and hadn't quite filled in the holes yet. Now, when you're building this, if you're going to do an electrical style base like I'm doing, make sure you have this little channel going around the inside of here where you can put the posts instead of having just basic walls separating each individual corridor, because you want to have a place the post can go that the zombies aren't going to run into. So, first and foremost, I designed this out on paper so I kind of know the direction I need to go with it. I left this block here, that way once I'm inside of it, I can kind of get down inside here, run around, I can access all the other posts that are going to be in here, kind of like a maintenance tunnel, I guess, if you will. And typically, I'm going to try and have the last post end right here, so I can reach through, during a horde or whatever, and just repair the last post. Because when you're doing electricity, typically, it used to work the way that the last post in the chain is what did all the damage. So, let's see. Let's get all of our engines in here so we can get max power. How much gas can we put in here? We can top it off, baby. Sweet. All right, and then we'll throw a switch in right there so we can turn this on manually. Get these two wired together. And I might as well go ahead and turn you on. Yeah, I'll leave you off just for now. All right, so I have a ton of posts here. I think the way I have this set up here, the way I kind of drew it out, is I'm going to have 28 total posts. So I'm going to start off going directly out from the switch, and we're going to put one in the corridor. And then we're going to stretch it. Which way we're going? Okay, so that's the first one. So then we'll do one to right here. Make sure it's kind of in a straight line. Mostly just because aesthetics matter. And then go back over here. All right, so that's going to be where the first line is going to go. Now, this is where I was mentioning that the zombies are kind of smart. If they see this right here, they'll see this as a block. They can hop up on top of it. They get right here, and then they'll just run their happy way all the way over to you. So wherever you're going to have these posts, you can either just go 3 high all the way around, or wherever you have the post, just put a block above it. And I mean, I guess if you kind of want to go with this castle spire sort of design, you can, but you don't absolutely have to. So we're going to go through and get all of these on here. Like I said, I've got about 28 posts I'm going to put down, and then I'll show you the direction that I'm going to have all these going. All right, I think that's all the ones that I wanted to have here. Like I said, I drew this out on paper because it makes it a lot easier to kind of follow along, but I'll kind of do this as I'm going to show you guys. So we're going to go from the switch straight up to over here. And we're just going to kind of follow this path all the way around so that each one of these lines crosses multiple paths, forcing the zombies to get electrocuted in multiple different spots. And then I have them kind of zigzag back and forth to each other because, again, it makes it a lot easier to do repairs when they come all the way back to you. Because typically, at least up until prior to 1.0, all the electrical lines damage was done to the very last post in the chain. Whether it's that still way, or if that's still that way or not, I don't know. We'll just have to see when we run this and see if it works out or not. So let's finish getting all the rest of these connected. All right, I think that works out here. So I think that's exactly how I want it designed. So let's going to run through here. I don't have the power turned on, but let's do a walkthrough of the maze, kind of see how many different times they'll cross it here. So we'll get the walls up one higher just to make sure, and we'll fix these ugly holes in the ground. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going around this corner, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then they'll run into this one and they'll follow this along all the way to get over here, and then 18 will get them all the way back towards me. That leaves the last poster right here, so if I need to, I can do the repairs on it as we need to. And let me see, I was slightly a little bit overzealous here. It's sometimes the way the wire tool works, you can go really long distances, but to go from this post over here all the way to this one over here, if I got to right here to where I had a line of sight to it, it was telling me it was too far. So I busted down these 2 blocks so you can, you know, just do it from a distance here, and it works out just fine. Put those back right over here. And like I said, let me make sure, I don't even think I have these in the right place. Let me get my ugly little castle thing set up over the top of these so that we can test it just to see how the zombies are going to do with it this way before we build up any more. And then we'll worry about putting some sort of structure over the top of where we're going to be standing. That way the stupid birds come flying in up at night or whatever, they're not going to hit us too hard. And yeah, see how exposed we're going to be. All right, that should be good. Now, realistically, they're not going to be in the center channel part right here, so they're not even going to be able to get to me to begin with. But I went ahead and did that. Just, it kind of looks cool. See what this looks like from a distance here. That looks kind of cool. That looks kind of cool. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to power this on and then see if we can't get a herd of Sylvias to run through here real quick. Flip you on. And see if we can't get ourselves some zombie carnage here. We're going to get right here in the middle. Move the camera over here. I'm going to start them off in this distance spot right over here. Let's get a plethora of them. Turn their AI back on. All right, let's see what they do. Let's see if they go towards the wall. Let's see if they actually run the maze here and see if any of them even make it to me. We'll fly down a little low. So we're flying the camera around right now, so they're going towards where my body is over there in the center. We'll see how they go. Now, these are just basic level zombies. Now, Sylvia is far from basic. She's absolutely awesome and, you know, without a doubt, my favorite. She's been my go-to testing zombie since I started doing testing videos. But we'll see how some of the heavy hitters do after we test to see how this works out. I want to see if any of these even make it to me to begin with, to see how long this is. Now, when you're designing your labyrinth or maze, the farthest distance that a zombie will try to path to get to you before they just go into screw that mode is about 1 kilometer. So it's about, what, 1,000 blocks? Because each block is a meter. No, we don't need you, Samara. Sorry, we don't need you for this test. I appreciate you volunteering, but nah. So, you could technically wrap this up and go another loop all the way around and just add more posts to it. This is just the basic level one I to do with, you know, a good 6-7 turns and call it good to see how they do. We got one that's a sheer champion over here. She's ahead of all the rest of them. Let's see how the rest of these are doing. And also, this is going to be a way for me to test to see if the posts along the way take damage or if it's the way it always has been. And this is right here, the last post that does it. Because if it's just the last post, that's great, because you can just stand here all night and, you know, do repairs on that one. All right, so she's coming down to the wire. Let's see how much life she has left. She's down to 160 on that one. Let's see how much she makes as she rounds the corner. That one got a little bit more overzealous. The rest of them, they're, you know, down to 30, down to 140. So some of them are taking more damage than others. All right, so she's down to 90-something. She's going to be stuck on this wire the more she moves over here. So she's definitely going to take some damage. That's why I have this one run across here, because they can't go back and forth through here without hitting it. And realistically, you could make this one less wide if you wanted to. Put a couple extra blocks down, like right through here, so that it's even narrower corridor. Nice. So she just got straight up hung up in that and didn't make it. Okay, so are you the last one? She's like, if I don't move, then maybe he'll leave me alone. Just maybe. I won't have to risk dying. She's like, no, I'm going to tiptoe around over here. She's only got 10 health left. She hits this one and she's done. And she's done. Okay, so other than one that was a little bit overzealous compared to the rest of them, none of them even got to me, which is fantastic. All right, let me clear the bodies out of the way. All right, now let's go look and see if any of these took damage the way that they're supposed to. Let me turn that off so I don't electrocute myself. All right, so the very last post did not receive any damage. What about you or you? Okay, so you didn't take any damage. You took a little bit. You took some. Okay, all right, so this is not working like the way it used to. For the longest time since Alpha 16, when they added these into the game, it was the last post in the sequence that took all the damage, and that was always the one you had to repair. Okay, so how'd this one fare? That one didn't take any damage. That one took just a little bit. That one took none. That one took a little. Well, this is inconsistent as hell. Okay, well, it looks like the ground took some damage. It's probably from me while I was doing some repairs. Ain't no thing. But I'm just looking at the post right now. So that took just a little bit of damage. So the ones that did take some damage, their durability went down. It wasn't by a lot, but it's still a whole lot more than I thought it was going to be. Let's check this other one right in here, this column here. Okay. Oh, I'm in flying around mode. I was like, why is the sound way over there? Because I forgot I'm still in camera mode. Okay, well, let's get all these repaired. And then what we'll do is we'll run this against some big guys and see how well it works out against the heavy hitters to see what else we need to do before I worry about trying to put a roof on this thing. All right, now we got some heavy hitters. We got a few bikers in here. We got a few cops in here. We got a zombie bear in here. This will give us a real good test to see how well this is going to do. Of course, it's still not going to give us the final results of how well this will do until we end up with a horde knight over here, which we will test out. But I want to see how well this will work out with just some of the heavy guys to see what the durability of, because I know the wires will work. I have confidence that most of them will be dead by the time they get to me just because of how much damage this does. But I'm just therein lies the rub with one of the problems with the cops. Another reason why to have the post on the inside of the concrete is to keep them from being blown to pieces if the cops get all pissy. They get enough damage and they get all pissy and decide to just, lose their damn minds. Zombie Bear hasn't made it past the first wire because he's so big. Every time he moves, he gets stuck on the same wire again. So he's not really even a threat. But let's just see how many of these other idiots get over here. Gary's like, I don't want to. I don't want to. He's like, I'm tired of getting electrocuted, man. It hurts. Oh, maybe we go this way. Maybe it'll be a little bit safe. Oh, shit! No, that's not good either. Well, we're down to just the bear. All the cops exploded. The bear is down to he's lost 1,000 life, but he still hasn't made it past the first wire. He's not going to be a threat. He's just not going to get over here. I kind of feel bad. Let's put him out of his misery. You poor idiot. And that's something I like, too, is that all the zombie bears, now they drop orange loot bags, which is fantastic. And we got cop goopy bits all over everything. Let's see what the bear would have brought us here if there's anything good. See if we can not run into the wires. Oh, ammo, some stuff, some things. Nice. Got some nerdy goggles. Appreciate it. Okay, well, let me turn off the electricity so I don't kill myself here, and then we'll go through and see how much damage any of these posts took, or the outside walls as well, where the zombies got kind of hung up. Also, always make sure your exterior walls are as high as durability as possible, because chances are if the zombies see a weakness on the walls, and that's the shortest path to you, they will run around and punch on that specific part of the wall to try and get to you. It's just the way they work out. So always make sure before a horde night that your exterior walls are at least as upgraded and repaired as humanly possible. I did not do that, but they still did just fine. I mean, all these are just barely being used. Okay, so that one didn't take very much damage. That one right in the corner, that one's still doing okay. That one didn't take any. That didn't take any. I mean, half the zombies didn't even make it to this particular corner over here. Let me check these inner ones here to see how these did. That one took a little bit of damage. That one took a little bit. That one did, and that's about it. That's really about it. Okay. So, again, the reason why I have this is here, so, between horde nights or whatever, I can hop down here and I can run around, do repairs on whatever I need to, and call it good. I feel confident in this one. So what I need to do now is I need to go ahead and get, some, another height up on this one here, just to make sure I'm nice and protected. I'll go all the way around like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some bars on the top of here. That way, we'll do bars side. There we go. And that way, if there's any birds and stuff show up, then it's not that big a deal. They won't be able to get to me, but I can still shoot them. So let me get you up on the top like that. There we go. We accidentally put one in the wrong spot. So this should allow me to be able to get to right here without any kind of problems. Now, of course, the birds can still get to me if they need to. Let's see. If I put one right up here, I want to make sure it's not going to affect my ability to jump up and out. Okay, we're good. We're good. So as long as I keep my wits about me. And there's something else you could do that I thought about doing here. And actually, I kind of think I will just because I think it would be fun. I want to get a shotgun turret. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire this into right here and to right there. And then I'm going to load you full of shotgun shells, which I don't really have that many. Hey, look, we found some ammo. Lock that in there and we're good to go. And that way, if anything does happen to make it all the way around over here, this will shoot anything that gets stuck right there. And it's a shotgun, so it's not going to do too much damage to that back wall. At least I hope so. This probably won't even be used that much. I want to make sure it gets power. Okay, get you like right there. That'll work out perfectly. Okay, you don't have a ton of ammo, but I'm hoping you won't actually need it. All right, let's make sure everything is good. Turn you back off. No, you're on. Turn you off for a second. And I'm going to do a quick run around to make sure everything is repaired on the outside of this thing. And then I'm going to jack the Horde Night day up a little bit and see how well this base will hold up against a big horde. So we'll be back here in just a second. Okay, here we go. Let's see how well this works out here. See how many people start off and go the right direction. I don't know which direction y'all are going. Did you find a spot on the wall here? Oh, hang on. I kind of forgot something here. It'd probably help out if I'm actually inside and if we turn the electricity on. There we go. Hey, we're having the moments here. We're having the dumbs. Yeah, this ought to work out great. They weren't going for me because I wasn't even in there. I was flying above here. I forgot to put myself in there before I moved the camera over. So, Horde Night has begun. Let's see how well it works out here. We are on day 70. It doesn't really matter what the game stage is because it's not going to affect it that much at this point. Mountain Lion's like, I'm not quite sure about that. Let's see, who do we have over here and what are you doing? Why are y'all going for these? Y'all are just in break block mode. Well, that's not cool. Here, let me just deter your efforts a little bit. Haha, now go for the actual entrance, you morons. Alright, so I'm not going to do anything to completely change them. Is this shotgun shooting? Hey, how did you get over there? Huh. Okay, so that's what I was saying earlier about them having a chance to kind of figure out how to get up to the top of here if they accidentally stack on top of each other. So, it would be worth it to make sure that, yeah, your walls are high enough to keep the zombies out. But I guess, you know, lesson learned. We'll go back here again, fly the camera out so we can see what's going on. We got a couple making it around the corner. Not too big a deal so far. Here comes some more. Zombie Arlene. Let's see, we got a rabbit. That's about it for the moment. Well, let's just see how this goes. Well, this is going to be interesting to see how well it works out here. How many of them can actually get to me or not. So far, so good. So far, so good. Now, of course, one of the challenges is going to be if some of the posts break, because it all does run in a sequence or something. So if this one breaks right here and it disconnects from that to that, the entire rest of the thing is going to fall apart. So it wouldn't be a terrible idea to have another retaining wall around the outside where the posts are. But I think for the most part, this would actually work out the way it is. It's not that big a deal. Did you just jump over? What are y'all doing here? Oh, y'all are piling in on top of each other right here. Why are y'all doing that? Is it just because it's a shortcut to me? You see, and that's what happened too. Sometimes they jump on top of each other. You bunch of morons. Why would you do that? Ooh, go get him. Haha! Now you can't get up right there. What you gonna do about it now, huh? You're gonna just sit here and beat the block away. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and repair it and then just make you have to run to me anyway. Screw you guys. So far, so good. Hold on, we got one who's trying to make it around the corner here. Let's see if they actually do. It's a zombie yo. By the way, I have all this on here so I can kind of just see where their life is a little bit. You can turn it off if you want to, but that way I can kind of see if they're getting close too. No, Arlene's not there. See which one it is here. I do actually have you connected, right? I do. I just want to make sure. You kind of look like you're sad and pointing at the ground because you got nothing to do. Fear not, in just a minute, I feel like you'll have something to do. Level 14! Oh yeah, and that's the other side too, is since these are all electrical traps here and I set them up here, I get experience from those. Alright, any of y'all about to get to me here? Which one of y'all was right around the corner? I'll tell you what, let me detach the camera and we'll just go see real quick how many of them are actually close. Oh, really none of them. He's kind of just pissed off and deciding to break the blocks. Zombie pathing is not a 100% guaranteed science. I mean, they do pretty good, and it's usually pretty easy to predict how they're going to work. Oh, good. The direwolf made it in. I'm hoping there's enough distance between here and there to, you know, kill him before he gets... How are y'all getting up there? Man, y'all are just full on top of each other here. Could y'all stop trying to jump up over the wall here? Go around. That's why I built a fun little... You got up 3 blocks high? You overachiever? Alright, well, let me fix all the damage that y'all did do here. Because I want y'all to run the maze. Alright, let's see how we're doing with this. Wait, where'd the dog go? How did you get back over there? Did you hop the wall and fall off somewhere else? I don't know what happened. The dog's just like, I don't care. So yeah, I would recommend if you're going to do this, build your walls 3-4 blocks high, put spikes along the top of it. This is just the most bare bones. Oh yeah, he got wrecked. Did you hear that? See that? He stuck his head around the corner and got absolutely destroyed. Lovely. How you doing on gas? Oh, you're good. And see, we're only using 161 watts out of the 300 that we could use. We're good. What y'all doing over here? Let me check to see how this is doing. Alright, so the one in the end of the... Yeah, see, none of those are taking any damage at all. So I guess they did change the way it works, so it's no longer just the last one in the sequence that actually takes damage. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to see how well this works out. Go back into flying around mode with the camera so you guys can kind of see where they are. See if any other ones are getting kind of close. That direwolf keeps trying to figure out if he wants to. It's like he gets almost close and then decides, nah, I'm tired of that crap. He's a big guy, so he's going to get hung up on more than one wire at a time. And he also jumped over the wall, too, so he didn't even go down this corridor. What are y'all doing over here? Are y'all going for the exterior walls, too? Okay. That is... What? Oh, okay, so y'all are doing that part, too, where you're just jumping over the walls. I should have just made this 3 high all the way around. That would have been probably the smart thing to do, to keep these idiots from trying to figure out how to climb over the walls, the path to me. That way it's not even an option. I'm kind of doing this in real time here, because this is a test. This isn't exactly a tutorial on how to do it. This is just testing to see if it works. If it works, then it's a tutorial. If it's not, then it's an example of what not to do. There, haha, now you guys can't climb the wall to me. Now figure out another path. And stop breaking my walls, man. I made you a corridor specifically just for you guys. I'll tell you what, I'm going to repair that one just to spite all of y'all. Haha! What are you going to do about it now? Nothing. You're going to run around the long way. So far, so good. Alright, so Direwolf is still stuck right there. He's down to, I don't know, he's only down about 900 health. But again, these large animals, because those zombies will get shocked for a second, take some damage, and then they can move again. But the large animals, they take up so much space that when they do have that small pause where they can move between times of getting electrocuted, they still get stuck on the same wire. This thing has a tremendous amount of health. You see, his health's not even going down. Are you gaining health as fast as you're losing it? Or I think you're glitched, sir. I'm not sure what your problem is. Arlene, you do not seem like you're having a good time at all with that mountain lion. Other than what's going on over here, which I'm not honestly sure what's going on over here. Hi. Tell you what, I'm just going to keep bothering all of y'all because I want y'all to go around the other direction. Hey, how about y'all... Here, how about y'all get down? Let me move that out of the way so I can see. What are y'all doing? Why are y'all all going for that one block there? That doesn't seem like it's a good idea for me or for y'all. Because even if you do get in, you're going to make it right here where the blocks are, I mean, where the pathing is going to take you right into the electric fence anyway. So this is definitely a problem with any base, of course, is the zombies pathing. If they come in from this direction, they might see that entrance over there just a little bit too far to have to path all the way around if that's the fastest way to it. Are you still here? Let me see. Have you taken any more damage at all? A little bit. You're definitely not dying in any sort of record fashion here. What about you? You're just now starting to take damage. Marlene didn't make it. So here's what it looks like it's doing. If they spawn in the complete opposite corner of where the entrance is to this place, it looks like they're trying to just go in it. It's too far them to path. We got ourselves a bird. What's up, bird? Too bad for you, sir. And that's why you put bars above it, so that you can do just that. So yeah, if they're going into this corner over here, it looks like it's too far away for them to be able to figure out how to get to the entrance over there. And so they just run up and go into destroy mode. Get rid of that one little overhanging block there. All the rest of them, they can path down far enough to do this. So this is about how far they won't go, either direction. So just keep that in mind when you're designing your maze base. Okay, well, I guess we can kind of just see how well this goes. So far, so good in terms of how well it's working. I'd like to be able to see, you know, by the end of the Horde Night, how, you know, how much damage any of the posts done to see if it's going to be problematic, you know? So we'll just keep letting these idiots run around over here. Let's fly down and see who do we have in the group here. We got a couple people. Lovely, lovely. Look at all them loot bags. Okay, so I guess what we can do is we don't have to check just yet. I'm not going to repair them, but I just want to kind of see how the damage is being done. See, that's kind of weird that one is... I don't know exactly how to determine which ones are taking damage and why. Like, that one's the very first one they run across. But then when it goes down to... I don't know. Maybe because this one is crossing 2 lanes? It's going... No, that one's going from there to there. Okay, well, why the... why certain posts are taking more damage than others, I don't necessarily know. Check these over here and see how they're doing. It's doing okay. I mean, if this was a normal Horde Night, we'd probably be close to being done with it by now. Also, having these run along the outside, it does shock the crap out of them. Some of them, if they decide they want to try and go about doing that. Let me see how the inner ones are doing. That one's getting a little bit low. That one's fine. A little bit low. That one's a little low. These are okay. I'm trying not to repair any of them right now. Now, I'll fix the blocks, of course, if their pathing's kind of being stupid. But as far as the post itself, I'm going to leave them alone so that we can see by morning how well this actually holds up. So far, really freaking good. We've had, what, 2 zombies get right over here and the shotgun took them out so far? And so far, these idiots aren't even making it to the first corner. That poor dog is going to get wrecked, and I love it. I have a new slew of zombies that have moved over to punching on this wall for some reason, and I don't know if maybe it's because it's just the weakest spot and they're trying to get to me, or why they're deciding to try and path over here instead of down that way. Maybe they sent out a memo saying, hey, don't go in this freaking hedge maze of death that he's got going on here, because it kind of sucks. I don't know what they're doing, but I hope they keep doing it. Well, we're coming up on the end of the maze Horde Night over here. We survived. We didn't even take any damage. Now, we were kind of chilling and, you know, I mean, I wasn't in any God mode this whole time. I was flying the camera around so I could show you guys what's going on, but that's really about it. So, I mean, I was in here the whole time, never took any damage. And it looks like all the zombies took all the damage. Fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Got just a couple more. Sylvia, you're a little late to the party. Let's see, how many other ones are left alive? Let's see, we got one showing up over here. I kind of want to go ahead and clear the rest of these out just so we can see, just so I can see how the rest of the posts worked out here, because this is over. This was a resounding success. All right, Horde Night is over. Let's see, that one's down to a little bit more than half. That one's a little bit low, but still survived considering this is one of the first ones they ran into. That's not bad. That one's actually okay. This one right here was taking some damage last time. That's to about a third. That's okay. That's okay. That one's about half. Yeah, I hear you, you stupid bird. That one's... See, these are doing okay. But yeah, the way it used to work out, like I said, where the last one in the line was where the damage went to, that doesn't seem like it's the case anymore. It's a stormy night. So it looks like this worked out. Nice. Well, there you go. There's an electric maze base for you guys if you want to try it out here. Of course, like I said, you can always extend it a little bit further and go around. This is technically a labyrinth because you only have one real way to go about getting to the center spot. A maze usually has multiple ways in, other than the definition. They're pretty much the same. So there you go. Hopefully that'll help out with you guys to give you something fun to do. Pretty simple base, actually. So if you enjoyed it, leave a like on the video. If you're new, make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later.